Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is May 1st, 2018, and guess what? I am doing CRED Every Day in May, hosted by Jan's Crazy Life. I am not going to do a video every day. I don't think. I may do a video every day, but my goal was to create projects and put them on the Facebook group page. If you're interested in that Facebook group, please go over to Jan's Crazy Life channel and check it out. I don't have all the information in the description box because I waited to the last minute to contact her and let her know or ask if it was too late to be a part of it. And she graciously accepted me, and I'm so humbled by that because she could have been like, no, Brandy, you should have signed up a week ago. But she didn't, and I'm grateful for that. So today we're going to be making some impossible cards, and we're going to be using this paper pad. Now, I don't remember if I bought this from, I think I actually went to Tuesday Morning and bought this myself. It's older pad, or I could have got this in a D-stash, but we're using that. We've already pulled out the pages. We've already scored everything, and we're using a 6x6 template, and this is the template that I created myself, which is this impossible card stuff is so easy to actually do, because all you need to do, and this is what I do to make mine almost symmetrical, is fold it over in half and fold it in half, and then I just tick it, score it. I still do what May said, which is take a Sharpie and cut the lines out, and that's what I did. And I just put in 1 inch over there for the legs, and that's where we are. We've already picked the paper out. We picked these beautiful pages right here, and I've already drawn my lines, and let's get folded. Now, I just had a major brain fart a few minutes ago because I couldn't remember what side to fold them on. And one looked crazy, but I fixed it. So I just want you all to know that I am super hungry. I went to bed with no dinner last night. I was not feeling good. We drove out of town yesterday. 2 hours there and 2 hours back. So, you know, we were in the car for 4 hours. We stopped at a restaurant that's pretty decent for breakfast, and then I wanted Chinese food. Who doesn't want Chinese food though? Like, Chinese food is delicious in my opinion. I always get this part confused, and I guess it's okay because all you really doing is folding one part over, right? You're just twisting. So that's the part about it being impossible, and then you just fold to your tips and make sure that they touch, which is awesome. And I just fold it back too because why not? And then I have to be sure that I didn't cut too short. I did measure some of them off slightly by like eighths of inches, quarters of inches. So I want to make sure it's good to go. Anywho, we went to a Chinese food buffet, and we had looked up online the reviews because we both like Chinese food. We like buffets. I don't think I can go to a restaurant and be like, yes, I want this. It would probably be something super American, you know, like, I don't know. Well, I like a lot of different things, but I usually like shrimp and broccoli and things like that. Anyway, the food was not the best. It was okay. Not going to poo-poo on anybody's thing, but it was not standard, you know, the caliber of Chinese food we're used to, I guess, in San Antonio, because the best Chinese food I ever had was when I lived in Italy. Delicious, delicious, delicious. You're like, God, how many are you doing? I don't know. Honestly, I'm making a lot. Always confusing. Always confused. I'm not going to erase those lines, I don't think. So I don't want to tear the paper. And I should not be folding this piece down. I should be folding, okay, this big piece down. But I'm screwing it up because this needs to come like that. Yep. There we go. See, it's almost impossible to screw up unless your name is Brandy and you have a little brain fart. Now, these have to stay primarily flat for the most part because they're going in the mail. So I can't do too much dimension hanging off of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 impossible cards. Ha 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 ha. I'm hungry, so I have no one to beat up or go and get me food. Paper May has left for the road, so when I get to a certain hungry, I either get, well, I do get really angry and goofy. I'll do a flip through really quickly for you. I did not do that. These butterflies are so cute. The peace signs are okay. You know, I sat down here, I got so excited I was going to be doing a video. I'm going to try to do a video every day, but I'm not sure. The goal is to create every day, so no pressure from Jan. I did not get anything to actually decorate with. Like, who does that? So, I don't want to do it this way. I really want it to be over here, so I may have to erase these lines. I'm going to grab some stuff to decorate these cards with, and I shall get started. Okay, I just did a mini haul in my studio, digging through boxes, etc., etc. And we're going to go ahead and try and do something. These are, I wanted to create the exact same thing in different styles. So the card is the same, but everything else is different. I am crazy. I know that. I know that. So yesterday, I haven't responded to all the comments from April, but yesterday, Berry Crafty Bonet told me I was cutting the paper wrong, and that's why my lines are crooked. So, of course, you know me being the researcher that, not crooked, jagged. I went in line and looked up to see how you actually cut paper on a paper trimmer, and turns out you can go either way. But I have been cutting the paper from down motion. It's just a lot easier for me to go up because, you know, this is a right-handed world, and you all know that I am left-handed. So, like I told you, with thicker paper, I think that it does well, but I don't see why it makes a difference. But thinner paper, it definitely cuts wrong. See, the reason why I don't feel like it makes a difference is because the blade is the same side. You know, it's on each side, but you can see that it did cut a little bit jagged. So, you know, when you have crafty friends, you do what they suggest because it usually is right. So I just got to remember to go from top to bottom versus bottom to top. This is just a lot more complicated, or not as easy for me to do this way. So, yeah. And I'm cutting a few strips because I wanted to try and cover up that opening on the front part of the Impossible card, but I'm not sure what's about to happen, honestly. So I'm going to just cut them in 1 and 2 inch strips. Because, you know, usually, well, if you have a 12 by 12, it's probably easier to cut it down to size because you can use all the other stuff for scrap. But since I use 6 by 6, I would have to probably go into the paper pad itself and pull out those other sheets, which I don't have a problem at doing. It is super hot today, so I'm not sure if I am experiencing hot flashes or if the big roommate, has attempted to adjust the air conditioner. Yesterday when we got home, it was really cold, and so he's like, I'm turning this thing off or down. I was like, okay, no one cares. See, this is cute like this. It is very pretty like this, but I need this to be the decoration, and this matches kind of good, I guess. And so when I said that I went and did a haul in my craft stuff, I just went and kind of looked around to see what was going on. I don't know if I'll be layering everything because it is double-sided, and it's double-sided plain paper. I do need to stamp something. I need to stamp a sentiment. It's probably going to say happy birthday. But let's see. This is so cool. Heidi Grace was definitely sold at Tuesday morning. And let's pull out this little King Company ephemera pack. This little ephemera pack is so blah. Oh, I probably can get some of those butterflies from Tim Holtz as well, so I may have to grab that. I don't have my ephemera bucket out or ready or made yet, so yeah, we'll see. And so right now we're doing this card. We're only going to do one card together, but just know that on the Facebook group I will show all of the completed ones once they're completed. And I do need this to stay flat. So I think this love would be great, but these are not that kind of card. Let's see. We probably won't even make it through one card. Ooh, that's crazy. Let's see. What's going on over here? Friends Forever. No, this is not a friendship card. When you do swaps or you do breathtaking, I like that. When you do swaps with people that you don't really know that well, do you send them things that say, you know, like friends, like that, Friends Forever? I'm going to use this one. These are the days we'll remember. Just not on this card. I'll do it on this card or even this card because they do have butterflies in them. So we can just set aside a few things for that one. This is flowers. And I think we're able to use, I thought we were going to be able to use that one, but I don't like this vase. I'm going to color it in. We might use that. Let's see. Just zigzagging away. Yeah, sure. True Beauty. True Beauty. When I was younger, I could not talk that well. Could not speak that well. I would always get made fun of because I could never say work properly. So I'm going to use this as a don't forget to stop and smell the roses. I always tend to try to pronounce all of my words properly. So that is why some of you'll hear me speak the way I do. I could not say work properly. I could not say few properly. When I was a small child, like under 1, because my grandfather was still able to take care of me when my mother went to work, I was being bad. I wouldn't say bad, but I was doing something I shouldn't have done. And I flipped over on our recliner, one of those lazy boy recliners, and I split my tongue in half. So they had to rush me to the hospital. And, you know, I remember some things like that, you know, some things from my childhood versus other things. So I do remember that. So they split, I split my tongue in half. It was like a snake and it was bleeding everywhere because, you know, your face has a lot of vessels, blood vessels, and it's very vascular. So you tend to bleed more from your face even when it's not that serious. And they had to sew my my tongue back together. And they told my mother that I would never be able to speak properly. Like they said, I would never be able to really talk. And she said, they lied to me. She said, all you did was talk. All you do is talk. You know, once the healing started, once that process started over, and I was healing and everything, and yeah. Like I said, my life growing up was not the greatest growing up. So, because I used to always ask her, like, I don't have a baby book. I don't have a lot of baby pictures because we moved around so much that we lost a lot of things that got damaged. You know, you understand how life works sometimes, right? So anyway, because I used to always ask my mom, what was my first word? What was my first word? She said, you don't really have a first word. You just talked. When you started talking, you talked. And like now, I would say that my son's first words was probably dada, you know, but that's a given. Usually that is the first word because it's the easiest to say. It's kind of like saying duh, but anyway, dada, you know. And then he said ball because he liked balls. He loves balls, bubbles, balloons. Now he's into bringing sticks in from outside. So I guess I'm going to go through a bring it in the stick phase and then a bring it in rocks phase. We have a rock in the console of the car from what he gave his dad, and his dad just put it in the car. I'm like, why do you have a rock? He's like, it's the boys. So what I think I want to try to do is ink this up. I'm not going to use any Tim Holtz ink. I'm going to use this ink right here, and hopefully it blends in well. I'm going to do that off camera because I've already told you my life story, and we're at 15 minutes, and we don't have a card put together yet. So hopefully it works out. Okay, as I was going through my stuff, you know, hauling, shopping in my own stuff, I realized that I don't have a lot of pink stuff. Like, literally, I have little to zero pink stuff. And all this paper that I pulled out is like cutesy, cutesy, girly, girly. And I don't have that. So we're going to have to work better. I'm going to have to remind myself to not just buy the colors that I like. Because when you're creating and crafting for other people, it kind of sucks that you're limited. I'm very limited to what I'll be able to create in some instances. And I could have probably did a better job at picking the papers, but I wanted to use this paper pad because it was double-sided. And you know, it's double-sided, but it's not really patterned on each side, and I wanted to do that. That's what I was trying to do, to give myself a break, but now I've given myself a headache versus a break. And I don't like to do that. I don't like to get stressed out or worry so much about creating. Of course, when you create from the heart, nothing can ever be wrong with that. When you're creating for enjoyment and to share with people what you created, no one says, oh, this is a horrible creation. This is horrible. I can't believe that this person would give this to me. It's more like they did this for me, you know. So I do love creating from the heart. And even when I'm just crafting to quote unquote craft and I have no one intended, I am doing it because I love it. I love it. It gives me great pleasure to, you know, take a sheet of paper and turn it into something more than a sheet of paper. I definitely love that. I could have, but I didn't. I could have traced out another piece of pink paper and put this on here, but I decided not to because I'm going to have to find a sentiment that says happy birthday. And I don't want to do that either. I really don't want to do a lot of stamping on this, but you know, I may have to. I'm going to round these edges, these corners, because I haven't had my corner rounder, I haven't used my corner rounder in a day, right? No, but honestly, seriously, you know, I haven't used it since I moved, and I missed it. I missed this little thing. It's so a part of me. Like, if you watch my channel, you know that I'm all about rounded edges. I don't know what happened right there. I hate when I try to fix a bad chomp because it just looks weird. And I probably should have rounded these edges before. I don't always have good application skills. I don't always apply things as it should be. I'm kind of like, oh, let's see what happens. And it shouldn't be like that. I know this is probably too small to do. I should have got the 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. What is that one? This is 1 inch. But I think I like the 1 inch corner rounder a lot better than the 1/4 inch corner rounder. It just, I don't know. I'm probably a little bit biased as well, because in my opinion, you can't really see those smaller rounded ones. So that's what we're doing so far. And I do want to put this little flower thing, because this kind of goes with that on this side. And I don't want to decorate the back. I want to write a little note that just says, you know, happy birthday. I hope it's great or something like that. Do you ever, like when you're at work and someone is having a baby, gets married, loses someone, and they come around and bring you the card and be like, this is for John. His uncle just passed away. And they say, write something. And you're like, what you want me to put? Are you like that? Or do you like, oh, okay. Are you the person that's running around with the card? I have been on both ends. of the spectrum of being a pushy person. It's like, did you sign a card yet? Did you sign a card yet? You know, John is coming to the meeting and we want to give it to him. And I've been the other person that's kept it on my desk for a few days. They're like, hey, where's that card I gave you 3 days ago? Oh, it's still on my desk. Really? Is what they would tell me. I'm like, I'm busy. You know, I work. That's what I always tell people when they ask me if I didn't do something like a leisure thing. I'm like, I have a job. I can't walk around and ask people to sign cards all day. That is so wrong of me, I know. But what you gonna do? All right, so now I think we just need to, I think I'm going to try my bestest. Is bestest a word? I think it is. Like they say, you're my bestest friend. Maybe it's made up. I'm going to try so hard to find a cute little sentiment. I wanted to run these through the embossing machine first, embossing folder. But guess what? I don't think my embossing folder fits a 6x6. So let me find something cutesy to stamp. Okay, so this is where having some ephemera of your own would be nice. And of course, who has that? I don't. So we're going to make some really, really quickly. I thought I had already punched out some of these little flower punches, and I just could have misplaced them, which is no surprise if I did, because, you know, I don't want this card to stick up or stick out too much. We're going to do that. Okay, so I think we're going to attempt to make maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 of these, so you don't need a whole bunch. Now, I will tell you that I am not good with these tiny punches, but let's just see. This one I like the most because it has a different lever to it, which is awesome. These other ones, not so much. I got some of them in a D-stash and some I think I picked up at other locations. And I'm just going to try and make a few random pieces. And I know you're like, well, I don't like that thing, because once you cut one, it gets over and I can't see where I have punched at. So that's why I don't like to keep that little guy closed. I just put my hand over it like that. And then we're going to attempt to try this one. This one came from Joann Fabric. It is in the $1.99 bin. What is that company called? Oh, I can't remember now. You know, the inexpensive brand that has really cool stuff over there. So this is another reason why I don't like these. You do have to apply. For me, I don't have good upper body strength. I need to work out. Good grief. So that's what we're going to do. Not work out. I mean, we're not going to work out together, but we're going to use this as a way to do it. And these two are almost the exact same. Almost, but they're not. And then we're going to use this one. I like this little round punch. A lot of people make roses with this one. I have not been able to sit down and get that concept yet. But one day I will. And I think we're going to take some of that yellow. I think we'll do yellow as well. So this is another reason why I say I would love to just do some ephemera and have it on hand. These little punches are powerful. I think they're better the bigger they get. So remember that you don't want to use a big, thick piece of cardstock to do it. Let's see. Let's try some. I don't want to do any pink. So we already have plenty of pink in here. Let's go ahead and grab these little ones up. We're going to do 3 on 3. We're going to connect 3 and 3. So let's see if we can do this. All right. And one side is textured, another one isn't. And let's see. You know, I'm not sure how you are, but once I get moving in a once I get to the crafting, it usually works out a lot better for me. But when I'm starting off, the motor is slow to crank, you know. Slow, slow, slow to crank. We'll do 2 because I don't want to do too many. And I'm just going to plop them on. Plop. Just going to plop them on and then curl them up. And I'm going to use some wet glue. And I don't have my pickup tool. So for this crater, I plan on only doing paper projects. So if you like paper projects, and mostly cards, I should say. And I don't know if I'll be putting them in a thumbnail because I have 7 of these things to make. So I don't know if I'll be able to. I won't make all of them on camera, that's for sure. I will not make them all on camera. And so now I'm just going to go in and pick these up like this. You can do this before or after. And the reason why I chose to do it after versus before is because I'm crazy. No other reason. So if you did them before, you could just curl them up like this. A lot of people put them in their hand and push down, which is great. Awesome as well. If you have a little rolly tool or a ball, anything like that, you can do that as well. No big deal. Or you could just take them and bend the edges up as well. There are a lot of ways to make flowers. You have to choose which way you like and go with it. This glue, I don't know about this glue. I'm not sure if it's going to dry as fast as I want it to. And I do have a little bling that I was able to find in my haul that I just did. So, you know, I don't know if I could ever truly not buy something from a craft store. I think the thing is, even if you have all the stuff that they have on sale, it's about going and finding that one thing that you've been wanting. You know, you can use your coupon on, and it's just the sale. The word sale, I think, gets people all the time. Oh, no. Let's see. Let's stop this right here because I do have a stamp. I want to stamp on here. And if I go crazy decorating and embellishing it, we will be in trouble. Okay, so I took off the flowers that we just made because I needed to put the stamp on it. And it says Butterfly Kisses and Birthday Wishes, and it's a Fiskars. It's called Butterfly Magic. I'll show you the stamps really quickly in case you're interested in getting them. They are beautiful. I need to get my act together, don't I? So I use this sentiment right here and this little corner edge. I can't remember that thing. Edge, corner. But I want to use these later in some other projects. I have some other wording stamps I should say that I want to use. I'm going to pop this up just a little bit on this little foam. And then we can almost call this project finished. And I can, well, it's not finished. This card will be finished. I don't know if I can do 7 cards. I was reading the magazine, and the magazine, this lady created a card, and it takes 40 minutes for her to create 1 card. So I'm always trying to rush through things, and you can't really rush things like that. It's crooked a little bit. What is new? I think I'm going to leave it there. If you've ever received anything handmade from me, you know it's crooked all the time. All the time. So we're going to try and do some yellow because so much pink going on with this. And I'm going to put a little diamond, a little heart, diamond, rhinestone, or whatever. They are rhinestone hearts, and these come from Dollar Tree. Here's the SKU in case you're interested. I'm going to try to make this really quick And then we'll be done with this project. Can you believe that? Like, we finally finished the project. I'm not sure about you all, but I don't even know if I said this. I was thinking it. Usually when I'm crafting, like the first project I make is not as good as it probably could be, but it takes a while for my juices, my creative juices, to start flowing. I don't even know if I like that little rhinestone like that. It's a bit on the weird side. What do you think? I know the last time I created something, I second guessed myself, and everybody was like, "Why? It was good." I'm just gonna leave it alone, leave it there, and move on. So the thing that I think I have to remember about the impossible card is that it is a card, and so I don't normally bling out all of the cards that I create, which, you know, it is what it is. And we're gonna do another little star. I'm just putting these little diamonds, I guess you can call them, diamond rhinestone. Clear, let's go with clear. The clear jewels in a few random spots. And I do like that I was able to cover this portion up because it did not look that great, in my opinion. Just gonna pop this down right there. And we're going to call this card done. I want to say thank you all for hanging out with me. I should be back tomorrow. If not, please go over. Whenever you see this, hopefully I'll have the links. If not, then just go over to Jan's Crazy Life, just like it sounds. It's spelled the way it sounds. And click on hers. She'll probably have much more details than I do at the moment. So this is what we've created. Until tomorrow, happy crafting.